In this video, we're going to make some updates to our checkout form to support dependent fields. So currently we have our credit card form. We have our expiration month and year. So we've populated that code already. But now the fields should be dependent. So the values of the month should depend on the year. Okay, so a bit more details. So if the current year is selected, then we should only show the remaining months for the year. So we should start at the current month and go to month 12, because this is for credit card expiration dates. Doesn't make any sense to show a previous month if you're in the current year. If it's a future year, then we'll go ahead and show all of the months, right? Because it's 2025 or 2028, we can show all of the months regarding credit card expiration months and years. Okay, so here's our development process. So we're going to update our HTML template. So for the expiration years drop-down list, we're going to add an event binding for the change event. So basically, we'll add a trigger. If they change the year, then we need to do some work. So that's in step 2 of updating our checkout component and adding an event handler. So what we'll do is we'll read the selected year, and then we'll update the list of months based on the selected year. So in a nutshell, if we're in the current year, we'll use the current month to the end, 12. If we're in a future year, then we'll give all 12 months, 1 through 12. Alrighty, step 1 of updating the HTML template for event binding. So in our form control name of expiration year, we're going to add an event handler here. So for the change event, we're going to call the method handle months and years. And in this method, we'll actually define in our component.ts file. All right, so here's step 2 of updating the checkout component to add that event handler. So we'll have this method handle months and years. We'll get a handle to the credit card form group. We'll get the current year, and we'll also read the selected year from the form. So whatever the user selected in the UI or in the form, we're going to read that actual year. And then we'll do a comparison. If the current year equals the selected year, then we'll start with the current month. So we'll set up a variable here for start month and say if current year equals selected year, start month equals new date, get month plus 1. Remember, everything's 0 base for months. Else we'll say the start month equals 1. And so then based on this data, then we can actually use our love to shop form service to get the credit card months. So we pass in the value of start month, and it'll give us that array of the appropriate data, and we simply assign it accordingly inside of our coding here. So this dot credit card months equals data. So the key here is determining what's the start month. Is it going to be the current month, or we're going to start at month equals 1? Alrighty, so this code looks good. Let's go ahead and dive into our IDE and let's write some code.